Halloween has always been about masks, costumes, and pretending. We pretend we are not scared walking home in the dark. We pretend strangers are harmless when they offer candy. We pretend those footsteps behind us belong to someone friendly. Every year there are stories that slip past the jokes and decorations. Stories that remind us there are real things to fear on Halloween. These are 3 true Reddit Halloween horror stories from people who never wanted to believe in monsters, until that one night made them wish Halloween never existed. Take a deep breath before we begin. You might need it. I was 14. Me and my friends wanted to hit every house on our block for candy. We were laughing, messing around, acting like idiots. The night felt exciting. The air was cold enough that every breath fogged up like steam. There were lots of people out, but one person caught my eye. A kid standing alone by a street lamp. They wore a pumpkin mask. Not the cute kind. The eyes looked angry, cut way too wide, like a sharp smile carved into the face. They had this old ripped hoodie and jeans that were dirty around the knees. They never moved. Not even a flinch. We kept walking. 3 houses later, we got candy again and boom. The same kid stood at the corner, facing us. Same stance. Same pumpkin mask. I stared longer this time. I tried to see if maybe it was someone from school messing with us. My friend whispered that we should hurry and ignore them. So we did. We crossed the street, went up a driveway with scary fake corpses set up on the lawn. We grabbed candy. I turned around. The pumpkin mask kid stood halfway up the driveway. Still. Silent. No one else seemed to notice. My heartbeat thudded in my ears. I looked down at my phone, pretending to text. I forced myself to glance back. The kid was gone. We moved faster after that. I could not shake the feeling that eyes were burning into the back of my skull. Every time I looked, nothing was there. The streets felt emptier, quieter. When we got home, my parents were waiting on the porch. They said someone followed us halfway down the road. They thought we knew them. Mom replayed footage from our doorbell camera to show us. The video showed the 3 of us laughing. Then a figure stepped into the frame. Taller. Still wearing that pumpkin mask. They came right up to our door. So close the mask pressed against the camera lens. Then they walked away. The police looked at the footage. No match. No identity. That pumpkin mask still appears sometimes in my dreams. I wake up convinced someone is staring at me from the corner of my room. Every Halloween since, I stay inside. Lights off. Curtains shut. Someone out there wears that mask and never speaks. Maybe they do not need words to tell you they are coming. I used to work night shift at a children's hospital. Halloween nights always felt darker. Even the hall lights flickered more. One year, just after midnight, I heard knocking down the hall. Light tapping. Like a child knocking on a door during trick-or-treating. I smiled at first. Kids love attention and costumes. I thought one of them got excited and wandered out. The knocks continued. Slow. Same rhythm. Door after door. Like someone stopping at each room. I stepped out and checked the hallway. No one. The knocking stopped. My radio crackled. Someone whispered from the other end asking if I heard it too. I turned a corner and froze. A small figure stood with their back to me. A child. A hospital gown. Their head covered with a cloth Halloween bag, drawn like a jack-o'-lantern face with black marker. They slowly turned their head toward a door with their hand raised. The ICU room. That room held a little boy who passed earlier that day. His parents had gone home devastated. The child whispered something through the bag. Quiet. Muffled. They tapped on the door again. Tap, tap, tap. I called out. Asked if they were lost. They stopped. The baghead turned toward me. They tilted their head like they were listening. I took a step closer. The child raised their hand to the cloth bag and lifted it. Nothing. Nothing underneath. No face. No features. No head at all. The bag fell to the floor. There was a cold gasp of air that swept down the hall. Every door behind me slammed shut at once. I ran for the nearest nurse. We searched everywhere. No child. No bag. The security cameras glitched during the exact minutes it happened. They say that boy who died never got to go trick-or-treating that year. Sometimes children just want one more house. One more knock. One more piece of candy. I was house-sitting for my aunt while she traveled. Her neighborhood was one of those rich areas with big lawns and fancy Halloween decorations. I loved the vibe. Kids were out in adorable costumes. The street looked alive with orange and purple lights. I ran out of candy before 8. That ruined the mood quick. A group of tiny princesses and superheroes stood on the porch with hopeful faces. I told them I was out. They begged me to check again. So I remembered something. My aunt said there were old leftover Halloween supplies in the basement. I grabbed a flashlight and went down. The basement door squeaked like a horror movie cliché. Dust hung in the air. The shelves were covered in boxes. I spotted a bag of candy pushed to the back. No label. Just black plastic tied at the top. I figured candy is candy. I grabbed it and rushed upstairs. When I opened the door, the kids were gone. The street was empty. Completely silent. Not even crickets. I shrugged and opened the bag. Something wet slid down my hand. The smell hit me first. Metallic. Rotten. My stomach twisted. I shined the flashlight into the bag. It wasn't candy. It was human teeth. Sticky with blood and hair tangled around some of them. I dropped the bag and ran to the sink, scrubbing my hands until my skin burned. My aunt came home the next day. She broke down immediately when I told her. She said years ago someone had broken into the house and kidnapped a boy on Halloween. The family never found him. The police reopened the case. For months I wondered if those kids I saw were even real. Every Halloween now I hear tiny feet on the porch outside, knocking, waiting for me to give them more. Halloween lets the dark hide in plain sight. We think we are safe because everyone around us is laughing and eating candy. Yet there are always shadows waiting behind those costumes. People with masks who never take them off. Children who knock on doors they never should. Candy that hides something far worse inside. If you enjoyed these true horror stories and you want me to keep the uploads coming this Halloween week, hit that subscribe button and turn the lights off while you're at it. Let me know in the comments which story kept you awake tonight. Sleep tight. If you can.